Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn descriptive statistics, how to analyze it and then report it in your thesis. So just stay focused and then we do this together. Now, when we talk about descriptive statistics, one may ask, what is descriptive statistics? We say we describe the important feature of the data without making generalization or conclusion. In that case, in descriptive statistics, we summarize the data. We don't test hypotheses. And then the information is just used to describe the sample data. So now, the descriptive statistics, we have a lot of things. We have the central tendency, measures of dispersion, graphical representation, measure of position and shape. We have a lot, but we are taking them bit by bit. So now, to analyze descriptive statistics, we go to analyze. Then descriptive statistics, we have a lot. All of this can be used to describe data without making conclusion. So, but we mostly emphasize on this depending on what you want. So you come here, descriptive. Now, over here, all the variables you are working with, you find them here. So those you want to deal with, then you push them to this particular box. So assuming I want all of them, then I highlight them and then I use this arrow. Then you come here and look for the measures you are interested in. Mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. Maybe I'm interested in median. I can't find median here. That means this particular side may not help me. Then I just cancel it and then I start again. Analyze descriptive statistics frequency. Then when you come to the frequency too, we have all the information here, the data you are working with, all the data, the variables you are working with, you find them here. So those you are interested in, then you push them here. So I'm interested in all. Then you come to statistics. So when you come to statistics, you see the measures. We have percentage measures and then central tendency. I don't want this one for now. So I select mean, median, standard deviation, then I come to the dispersion. Standard deviation, minimum and the maximum. These are the things I am interested for now. Then I continue and then I say okay. Then I have my descriptive reports, like the results. So these results, I wouldn't interpret them here. I have to prepare it in a thesis format. I cannot do it here. Either I right click on it. If you want to get it, you first of all click, you see this red arrow pointing. That means it has been highlighted. Then you right click on it, you cut and go to wherever you want and paste it. Or you can also export. So you go to file, export, and then you get where you want it to be. By default, it will show in documents. Maybe I want it in my desktop. Then I select the desktop. Then I give it a name. Let me say Gingy. Then I save. After that, you say okay, it has exported. Then let me minimize this and then go to my desktop. I have found a Gingy. So in SPSS, when you analyze, it will give you a lot of things, including what you want and what you do not want. So these ones, we are not interested. Then you delete it. So this particular table, you just need some few things. So you have to transform this table in APA style. So with the APA style, I have already done it because we don't have enough time. So this same thing, I have transformed it this way. Now you can see in the variables that we work with, we have our age, weight, and then income. So you come here, you see age in years, weight in kg, and then our income. Let me put it like in cities. In cities. So how many samples? The n here represent the number of respondents, the sample size that we are dealing with. And then we have our mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, and then maximum. So before I show you how we narrate it, let me explain them one by one. This one, the n here is the sample size, the number of respondents we have considered, taking their age, weight, and income into consideration. The mean here is just when we put all the measures together and then distribute evenly, what each and every one gets. That means the assumption of equality. So, whenever we are calculating mean, we add all the things together and divide by the number of items. So that means equally distribution. And then the median here, that means the middle value, either at that particular value or 50% less than the value or 50% above that particular value. So this value, either it is at the actual center or 50% or above it, either that forms the 50% or we have the 50% above it or below it. And then the standard deviation here, when we assume equal distribution for this one, that means the rate at which the individual ones vary, how far or close they are to the mean. That is what we call the standard deviation. And then the minimum is the lowest, the smallest, depending on the scenario you are using it. And then the maximum is the highest value, depending on the scenario you are using. So now let's come to our report and see. Now when we bring this one here, you have to give it a table name. So in this case, this is the first table. I call it table 1, descriptive statistics of respondents' age. Or you can just decide not to bring these ones, descriptive statistics of respondents. But you can also add age, weight, and then income. It depends. It doesn't change anything. So now, as shown in table 1, you have to make reference to the table. The mean age of the respondents was 30.54 years, indicating that if the total ages of all respondents were evenly distributed, evenly means equally distributed. Let me highlight it. Each respondent will be approximately 31 years, because age, we can't say age 30 point something, so 31 years old. The standard deviation of this one, the standard deviation of 6.34 years suggests that a moderate variation in respondents' ages. So that means the variation is not much, like most of the ages are closer to each other. So the median age was 29.5 years, meaning that at least 50% of the respondents were aged 29 point, so let me just say 30 years old. 30 years or below, while at least 50% were aged 30 years or above. So this one, 30 years or below, or 30 years are above or above. So indicating that 30 years is the middle age. So the ages of respondents range from a minimum of 20 years to 40 years, which means that the youngest person among them, so I can also add by saying this indicating that the youngest person among them was 20 years old, and the oldest among them was 40 years of age, depending on how you want it. This one is just grammar. So basically you have to pick this particular one, talk about it through, and then you come to the next person. So with respect to weights, so it also follows the same format that we have reported a mean. And then we come to the income. So you can read it yourself. And then we come to the income. Then, so this one, let me come to the income here and then and show you something. With the weights, the standard deviation indicates considerable variation. So this one, there is more variation as compared to the age. So that means most of their weights are not as closer as compared to the ages. So now let's come to the income. You see the standard deviation where is it? The standard deviation of 1454.92 cedis shows a variation in income level among the respondents. So this means that there is inequality of income in that particular community. So that means like their income level vary so much. So when you come to the data, you will realize that, see the minimum, someone is taking 1,000 cedis and another person is taking 8,000, almost 9,000. So you could see the variation being very much. And this one too, you could see this and that, there is much. This one looks closer, and this determine how this one are. So that means this one, the ages, most of them like age within a particular range. So the variation is not much. This one, though this is the assumption of equal weight, so when we want to assume equal weight for them, this is what we will give to them. But when you come here, this is the standard deviation, which means that there is wide among them, but this one much wider. So basically that is how we report this particular thing. I hope this video makes sense. So thank you for coming. See you in the next video. We will take some of the descriptive measures into consideration. Just sit on and then we do it together.